I'm Angie Lynn.
And I'm Jonathan Thomas, and this is the news. Last week, soccer star Megan Rapinoe received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Biden. Amazingly, in his speech, President Biden correctly said the full LGBTQIA+ acronym, although he kept calling Rapinoe Billie Jean King.
During the G7 summit, world leaders mocked Russian President Vladimir Putin for his athletic exploits and his topless photo ops. Putin shot back, saying that world leaders would look disgusting if they tried to emulate his bare torso appearances. In other Russian news, there will be a second Cold War, and it will be a wet t-shirt contest.
This year's explosive Supreme Court term ended with one high note: the swearing-in of the court's newest justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Before reciting her oath, Justice Jackson said, "Do I have to?" With her swearing in, the Supreme Court is more diverse than it's ever been. The court now has 2 black justices, 4 women justices, only 4 white men, a historic low, 2 justices accused of sexual assault, not great, and 1 justice from the 13th century. There he is.
On Fox News, Tucker Carlson blamed mass shootings on women, marijuana, and face tattoos, also known as the Holy Trinity in the Church of Post Malone.
In its final ruling of the term, the Supreme Court undermined the EPA's ability to regulate power plant emissions and to reduce climate change. It's unclear whether the justices understand that their lifetime appointments will end when the Supreme Court is underwater. That is sad.
Following the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the Biden administration has told hospitals that they have to provide abortion services if it's necessary to save the life of the mother, saying that federal emergency laws supersede state bans. The statement comes after somebody turned off Wheel of Fortune in the White House and Biden finally woke up. He was just resting his eyes.
Jersey Shore star Snooki was enlisted by Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman to troll his opponent Dr. Oz for Oz's decision to move from New Jersey to Pennsylvania just to run for Senate. In a video posted on Twitter, Snooki says, "I don't know why anyone would want to leave Jersey, because it's like the best place ever, we're all hot messes." Like, I get why Fetterman asked Snooki to do this, but if you're trying to show that your opponent has bad judgment, maybe don't highlight their decision to leave Jersey.
A family cat named Rowdy was finally caught after running loose in a Boston airport for weeks. Sources say that Rowdy was finally caught after her 3rd 8 a.m. airport beer.
This week, fire department divers retrieved a Chicago woman's diamond ring from Boston's Charles River. Next week, they'll retrieve the woman.
The New York City Emergency Management Department shared a PSA on what to do in the event of a nuclear attack with no context or additional explanation. Which is sort of like when your boyfriend says, "No, babe, the condom didn't break, but unrelatedly, would you like a mint?"
Florida's Don't Say Gay law went into effect, and the state's public schools implemented new policies to prevent LGBTQ issues from being discussed in the classroom. Teachers were told to remove pictures of same-sex spouses, and changes were made to make music and art less gay. Now the only acceptable instrument in Florida music classes is the acoustic guitar, and in art class, glitter has been replaced with Axe body spray.
In a tragedy felt by queers everywhere, Bette Midler recently tweeted that gender-neutral language is erasing women. No one is trying to erase cis women, but if we could. And if you don't think Abuela from Encanto belongs there, you are part of the problem.
A bear was rescued this week after getting his head stuck in a plastic container. While relieved to be saved, the bear was disappointed that the container did not contain what he thought it did.
It's a great picture.
Right.
This week on Season 12 of The Capitol Insurrection, The committee held a hearing to determine if there were connections between far-right extremist groups and the effort to overturn the 2020 election. We have it on tape. We know they did it because we saw them doing it. What are we doing? Spend my tax dollars on something else, like keeping Joe Biden upright in public.
It was recently revealed that Amazon's Alexa can learn to mimic the voice of a dead relative. The announcement of this capability invites an obvious question. Alexa, could you tell me you're proud of me?
I'm proud of you, Jonathan. Leading up to a trip to the Middle East, President Biden has said that he remains committed to resurrecting the Iran nuclear deal, which closely monitors the country's nuclear activities. Biden was quoted to say, "The only thing worse than the Iran we have now is an Iran with nuclear weapons." Wait, go back a couple of slides? Got it. That tracks. Okay, I understand.
A recent outbreak of monkeypox in the U.S. has caused more fear among gay men than monogamy. While gay men are examining every bump in their rectum, it was U.S. health officials who were caught with a finger in their butt. Despite advanced warnings of outbreaks in other countries and access to an effective vaccine, the U.S. response has been disappointing. Health officials are telling gay men to avoid sex and instead masturbate 6 feet apart. If there's already a vaccine, why are you telling us to do what we did at every middle school sleepover? Make the vaccine more available so we don't have to relive the shame from 8th grade and have socially distant circle jerks, okay? I'm upset.
Steve Bannon, seen here on the cover of his new romance novel, I Love You Because We Both Look Like Old Porridge, has agreed to testify in the January 6th investigation. Trump has been said to be chafing that none of his supporters have been defending him in these hearings. Yeah, at this point, defending Trump is like buying a ticket to go somewhere on the Titanic after you've seen the second VHS. And like, let's be real, look at the guy, he's never not chafing.
A Florida woman brought her infant grandchild along with a stash of cocaine and heroin to a recent prison visit. When authorities asked the woman why she had the drugs, she said, "I still can't find baby formula."
This one's exciting. So, this week, a man had to be rescued after he crawled down an oven vent at a Little Caesars. When they arrived on the scene, first responders didn't understand why he did it, but he was hot and ready.